Hey chat. Hey everyone. It's Wednesday again. Although this is the last time that we will be doing a Wednesday plugin stream. Are we on to Kotlin yet? I'm still learning regular plugins. No Kotlin yet. Although I believe yeah, I still have your link open, but I haven't I can't find anything on plugins for that one. Just fabric modding stuff. So, well, just mod stuff, which makes sense because it's modding, but I don't know if I want to do mods. Not gonna lie. Maybe. I mean, learning new things is always fun, but I feel like then you're so stuck with layers upon layers of like different people forcing you. It's already hard at Minecraft. Forces you in certain directions, as in it's kind of tough to figure out what they name their things. I still haven't figured out how to check if a player killed the entity. I haven't looked very far either, but right now in the code that we've got, it still checks the health and the damage you do and subtracts those. Which, theoretically speaking, does not have to be correct, because, I mean, you know, if you're, for example, also working with totems, it's not a kill by. Maybe if we completely rearrange how we do it. Right now what I'm doing is like on whenever you do damage, it check, or like I was trying to do, whenever you do damage it checks if the entity you hit dies, but that is not updated fast enough. Like the plugin tells you, or the code tells you, no, did not die before the update gets sent that the entity dies. Which is confusing. But I think that is the priority thing, right? We may need to figure that out. I don't fully remember how the priority thing worked, like what you could apply that to. Would be worth revisiting that at some point. Now we kind of understand a bit better how this works. But for now, today's agenda is about timed tasks and particles. I don't know if we can do both. They're relatively short videos, but we'll see. Let me set things up again. Oh, I don't have my Minecraft open yet. Ooh, let me start with that actually. I think we were an 8, right? I believe we were an 8. Anyway, Oni, how's you? What's how's human doing? No, thank you. I would like 1.21.8. Yes, please. There you go. I'm a little tired, so I'm sorry for all the yawns that you might like catch. pretty bad. You know, I've been sleeping well. But yeah, can't stop yawning. So I also don't know how long we'll be going for, because if I get too tired, then... Hi? Okay, some stuff took. Hi! Me changing my audio did not take. We were at roughly this, I think. Man. Something like that. And I was trying to set up my scene. Yeah, none of that took. None of those changes took. Huh. Interesting. So this is gonna be Minecraft. Yeah, great. Can be a little bigger. Or not. Where's IntelliJ? There. And then you are Minecraft. There we go. Yeah, we're back to being set up. Great. Alright. There we go. I need this one again. Right. Now I don't fully know what came through, which is a little sad. Also, there, now we can see the background. Nice. Great. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about particle, well, time tasks and particle effects. We're starting with the time tasks, and then we'll see how far we can get. I guess. I don't think it's, if this works the way I think it works, it won't be too tough. And again, we're working with ticks, so that might be different than I expect. We'll see. Can you guys hear that? No, you can't. Firefox needs to be turned on. There we go.
Plugin tutorial series, we're going to be teaching you how to create a beautiful animation using particle effects like this one. And this series will be split into two videos. Number one, just dealing with the timed tasks required for this project, and then the other video will be actually dealing with this mathematical equation, because it's a bit complicated, but we're going to be getting there. So I'm just going to be opening my IntelliJ. Guys, by the way, please follow the link below this video. You will see a full article including all the source codes that you need. Plus, make sure to have checked the previous series, because the way that this series works, we are building upon each other so that the next video follows on the previous one, and make sure you don't miss anything. So first things first, I'm just going to be opening our, say, cow command right here that I guess we've extended upon this in the last video. And I just want to teach you two ways how you can make something go on and on and on again, right? So for this, I'm just going to comment out everything that is in this command. Why not? Very simple. Just to make it, quick demo. And there's basically two ways how to do this. You can create a new bucket runable. This is an anonymous class, and if you don't know Java, please check the course called Project Orion. Below this video there's a link to it, and it includes pretty much how to understand the public, the class, the new bucket runable, how to read the code, plus there's 7 weeks of content just for Minecraft plugins. We go very deep into custom entities, into building mini games and stuff like that. So check that out if you need to. Now, if we create a new bucket runable just like that, then I think we have to implement a method called run in it. There we go. And then you can hit run task, and you can use these methods right here. So I'm just going to be showing you 2 ways. Number 1, you can run a task later, right? So we can get the instance, and then we can delay it by, say, 1 second. Remember, 20 ticks equals 1 second. So if you want to delay it by a minute, you can do basically 20 times 60, because this is 1 second times 60 equals a minute. And then we can say hello world to the console. So if I type the command after a minute, this is going to be printed out to the console. Right? Right. Good. Now you can also run this task at a different thread. I've explained the Minecraft heartbeat in the very first video in this chapter. I'm not going to cover this so much. Basically, this is not going to pause everything in the main server thread. And this is good if you are connecting to a website or dealing with a MySQL databases. You have to be careful here, even though, yes, it will appear faster in your timings. Many people think that it miraculously makes it run faster. It doesn't. It still needs the same amount of time. However, it will simply not lock the entire server. The problem is, if you run this asynchronously, and then you try doing something like this, player, and then I think what you cannot do is like teleports, right? So if you try to basically use a Bucket API within an async block, you won't be successful, and you will just meet a bunch of errors, or even worse, you can have issues. So be careful using Bucket API in an async block. I do recommend using async, especially dealing with databases, just dealing with stuff outside of the Bucket API, just to give you guys like a high level tip. Good. So that is it. Now, you can also run this as a timer. The timer can run on the main thread, or it can run on a different thread. So we're just going to do run task timer. And this one takes in the plugin the delay. So let's say we want to wait for 1 second, and then we want to repeat it. We just want to repeat it. We just want to spam it every tick. And you'll see what's going on here when I reload the server, and we're going to check it out.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, guys. Now, if I go into the game and I type in /cow, it's going to wait a second, and then it's going to start spamming us. Obviously, if I type the cow cannon command again, now instead of spamming us once, it's actually going to double spam us, and there's no way to get out of this hell. So we have to have a way to cancel this task. Now, there's 2 ways how you can do it. Basically, what you can do, you can just say if, say the player, you can get the player just like that, and then if the player is online, you can just return, and then you can call a cancel method, which is right within the Bucket Runable class. So it's right within this class, right? And then if I disconnect from the game, it should stop. But I have to recompile it to see the changes. Now, this one is a bit problematic, because we would have to go out of the game for this to stop it. So what you can do, you can actually see, if you hover your mouse over this, if you run this, it's going to return a bucket task, which contains the entire task. So this is a bucket task, just like that. And what we can do, we can simply have a map storing the unique ID of the player alongside the bucket task. So say running tasks. There we go. And then I'm not gonna show you the basic logic, but what you can do basically, if it contains, I'm just gonna copy the sender over here. So if it contains the unique players, then I'm just going to get it from the map, and cancel it, and then remove it. But what we can do, we can just simplify this. So we can remove it, which will also return the object before it deletes it, right? Returns the previous value associated with the key, which we know that there is, and then simply call the cancel method, which is the same as right here, right? And then we can just return true, and then you can just, I don't know, send a message to the player saying canceled task, right? Otherwise, we can simply put the task here. So this is basically is going to work like a switch, like a toggle command. Guys, this is just...
What? Wait. So... Contains key. Wait, what are you putting in that? What was in the map?
value associated with the key, which we know that there is, and then simply call the cancel method, which is the same as right here, right? And then we can just return true, and then you can just, I don't know, send a message to the player saying is, and then simply deletes it, right? Returns the previous value associated with the key, which we know that there is, and then simply call the cancel method, which is the same as right here, right?
I get this part, right? Like, if, well, the running task remove, and then...
Return the object before it deletes it, right? Returns the previous value associated with the key, which we know...
Wait, let's go back a bit more.
Logic here, alongside the bucket task, so say running tasks. There we go. And then I'm not gonna, show you the basic logic, but what you can do basically, if it contains, I'm just gonna copy the sender over here, so if it contains the unique players, then I'm just going to get it from the map. Yep, you can.
So I am doing... Oh, okay. So I am running the command, it starts it up, which means that it saves my user ID, and then I run it again, and because my user ID has been saved, it cancels it. And we do that with a map. I don't know maps. I don't think I've heard of those before. Well, I mean, not Java maps. But it sounds like a mapping between... What was it? Your player ID and the instance? Or on the task? Do I ever... Wait, where do I link those?
I'm not gonna, show you the basic logic, but what you can do basically, if it contains, I'm just gonna copy the sender over here, so if it contains the unique players, then I'm just going to get it from the map, yep, and cancel it, and then remove it. But what we can do, we can just simplify this. So we can remove it, which will also return the object before it deletes it, right? Returns the previous value associated with the key, which we know that there is,
yeah,
and then simply call the cancel
assign
method,
it yet
which is
here.
the same as right here, right? And then we can just return true, and then you can just, I don't know, send a message to the player saying canceled task, right? Otherwise, we can simply put the task here. So this is basically is going to work like a switch, like a toggle command.
Yeah. Okay. So if I run it the first time, it runs the put, and it creates that link between my user ID and the task that it's running, the bucket task. And if I run it a second time, it's gonna remove that link. and cancel the task.
Guys, this is just a demo. I don't really need to have this code anywhere because you're actually going to get the full project, which you saw at the beginning of this video, in the next one. So I'm just going to delete it after this video. But this is basically how it works if you want to run tasks later or repetitively. Now, also, this bucket task, you can also run from the main method. If I open up the onEnable method, you can go and you can get the server, you can get the scheduler, and then you can simply run the task right here, and you have options very similar to the other ones. However, the good news is that this also takes a Java class called Runable, so that you can literally have a new class, say test, which implements just Java Runable, right? And here is your logic, and then you can simply say run task timer. The plugin is this one, and then this is the new test class. There we go, 0 delay, and say 1 second period between each repetition. So you can also do that. And as you can see, the code right here has a new line, which I have not had in the last video, because this one will actually cover what I am about to show you in the next section. So for now, this is it. This is the different ways how to deal with runables, how to run your code repetitively. I hope this makes sense, guys. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the
Okay, and that's second section. So the first one is on command, and the second section is on enable. So that it runs whenever the plugin is enabled on intervals. Okay, all right. I think that makes sense. You guys agree, chat? What is this? Okay. Don't need that right now. There we go. I hope it does. Alright, next one then. So this is then the second part of that thingy.
plugin development series. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to display advanced particle effects using mathematical functions. Even if you've never used math before, I'm going to be diving quite deep into it. Please make sure to have watched the last video where I explained a crucial concept called bucket tasks and runables. And if you are brand new to this channel, please, I do recommend you just start with the first video and then you work yourself through to this point, because everything that I'm going to be explaining has been already covered in the last videos. And please note that making Minecraft plugins requires Java knowledge. If you have no Java knowledge, check out the courses that we have in the description. They're going to be helpful to you beyond your comprehension, because they contain full Java course plus full Minecraft plugin courses. Anyways, let's go back here. So in the last video, I talked a little bit about timed tasks. And in today's video, I already have the code pre-prepared because I don't want to be spending 55 minutes explaining. And we have prepared a simple task that implements bucket runable. It is made as singleton, so it has a private static final butterfly task instance, right? And then the constructor is set to private. The reason being, I do not want you to accidentally create more than a single instance of this task.
Imagine.
And then it also contains a set of unique unique player IDs, sorry. And this is called viewing wings or butterfly animation, right? And this is used to display this animation to the players which have enabled it. So if you want to follow me, you can, otherwise the full source code is available in the description. So this is the class so far. And then it has a run mechanism which will simply iterate for each online player. And then if the online player is inside the viewing wings set by his...
That's not what it does. If has player. Okay, this implements the runnable in the okay. If player get unique ID has a player. Huh?
Unique ID will inside the viewing wing online player, and then if the online player is inside the viewing wings set by his unique ID, we'll simply generate a butterfly
We
wing
don't
effect
check
around
that, do
him.
we?
We're going
Oh,
to be
because
skipping
has
these
players like in
three
here.
methods for now.
Yeah. Here's has player. That explains. Okay.
And I'm just going to be covering these two. So obviously you have simple maintenance methods: add player, remove player, has player, and then get the instance for getting the entire class instance. Make sure that this one is static and these are not static. Good. Alright, so far so good. This should be basic, guys. If you have problems with that, please make sure to watch previous videos. I'll explain how these tasks work.
Yeah, that
Now
makes
in your main
sense.
class, again continuing on the last video, this time all we have to do is we have to store a bucket task right here, and then we have to run this as a timer. So the plugin is this one. We're gonna get the instance. This is the task that we want to run. We're going to be starting this immediately after the server has booted or restarted, and then we're going to be running this with a period 1, because I want these particles here to be broadcasted very, very quickly. That means at least 20 times per second if the server is not lagging. Now, if you notice, you run this task timer, this will return a bucket task. So we can actually store it right here, and then on disable, if the task was set, so the plugin is started properly, right? If you had any errors right here, this will then not be set. And the task is not already cancelled, we can cancel the task, meaning it will only be run once. If you reload the server, it is not going to be run multiple times, thus lagging the hell out of your server.
Oh, that is smart. I would not have thought of that. Yeah, no, that is smart. Okay. I'm trying to think of what is smart. Do we want to immediately follow along, or do we want to first watch it and then go back and do it? I feel like following along might be smart, because otherwise, at least I am gonna lose track. We are gonna need Holy Crow. Do I remember what is where? Don't think so. This is command. Storage and settings. Okay, don't think we need that. Entity listener was the on left click one, which we don't need now, I don't think. This is the one we need, yes. I don't think we need... Well, we're gonna run a command, so we need a command, and I don't think we need this one. Not yet, but maybe in a bit. So we need a butterfly command, and we need a... What was the other one? Butterfly task? Yes, we do. Okay, let's make a new Java class. Butterfly command. And butterfly task. There you go. And then you are working in, let's start at the beginning. Ish. Okay. We are at butterfly task, and that one implements runnable. So you implements. Can you guys see this? No, it's too big. Okay, I'm gonna make it smaller again. Now you guys should be able to see it. Implements runnable. Which is capitalized. That's why it's not working. Runnable. Okay, let's try it again. Implements runnable. Wait, no. Did it not automatically do that? Oh, yeah, go ahead. Hey! Cool. So we needed private static final butterfly task, which is above this. Private static butterfly task, which is final distance. Okay, and then private final a set of UIDs. Viewing wings. View wings. Hahaha. Anyway, new hash set is a new hash. No set. Oh, with this one. Okay. Sorry. We need thingy in there. Okay. And now we do a private butterfly task. Yes. Well, these, I think. Okay, and now we have in the run. In the we have. But it's not gonna like that if you don't implement the ones that are there later first. So let's start with those. We have, let me put this on the screen. Does that work? Is it gonna screw things up? Doesn't seem like. Cool. Okay. So then we have public void. We have add player, where we get a user ID, and for that we add it to the set. Viewing wings dot add UID. That's it. Then we have a public void remove player. Public void remove player with a UUID UUID, in which we take the viewing wings and we, is it just remove? Yes, it is just remove. UUID. Then we have a pass player, okay, which is a boolean. Public boolean pass player. Does that get anything? Well, we want to check for a specific one, right? Yeah, we want to check for a specific one, so that's which one is that? Contains. Okay, return Wings dot contains UID. Nice. And we have get instance. Okay. Public static butterfly task. Get instance which return instance, which is this one. Ik ben toch aan het knotteren, shut. Wat is? Wat is? Een koekje vieren. She's a little grump today. Alright. We did those, so then we can go back to the run where we check for each player in... Oh, we didn't... I never run for loops like that. Player and bucket dot get online players. So for each online player, we check if pass player, which is the one underneath of each of the players that we generate up there. Now we get unique ID. Right? Yup. If we do that, then we do generate butterfly wings wing effect on the player. Which can you automatically make that? No, you cannot. So this is a... You want to make a private? We're making a private. Nice. Private void generate butterfly wing effect, which takes in a player. Cool. And that is what you're gonna explain next, right? So we now did this.
We more if you have problems with now in your main class, again continuing on the last video, this time
then we go back to the example project on enable. I am gonna we'll get that, you know. Okay, on enable we do get server, get plugin manager, register event, create a new entity listener in a plugin instance, get command which is gonna be butterfly. We're gonna call it butterfly. Okay, butterfly command dot set executor executor new butterfly command. Butterfly command. And go settings. Get instance load. What do we have? Wackabat storage. What was Wackabat storage? Okay, we also have cow settings. Which is what he also has. Wackabat storage can close cow settings. I don't like... See... When you make something like this, you want to reuse it, that's just fine, right? Like, I'm all for it. But by calling it cow settings, it makes it confusing, because now we're not using it for the cow settings. So what are we saving? I want to make a new one. Yeah, I'm gonna make a new one. I'm gonna make it bat settings. I am gonna... Can I duplicate? Cool. Cow settings can close, butterfly settings. Although that is not butterfly. Where can I find cow? Still. Bird. There's no cow. Good. It does load settings. Which is this one. Great. Nice. Alright. So now instead of... Yeah, we're getting there. And... What are we complaining about? Okay, because we haven't done that one yet. What does this say? So then now we can say butterfly settings dot get instance dot load. There we go. Alright, because now you have cow settings get instance get load. Great. Uh-oh. I just pressed 4. Great. Are we still good? We're still good. Yeah. And then we do a... Why is that one? No. And then we do a set or task. Task is... Where's task? We didn't define that. Hi, Jovan. Morning. Did you just wake up? We have tried bucket task. Try but bucket. I can type. Ask. Had a bad day. Oh, sorry to hear that. I'm not judging. I know your sleep schedule's completely out of sync for like standard time zone sleep schedules, so no judgment there. That was legit interest. But I am kind of focused, so if my tone didn't fully translate, then my apologies. You should absolutely look. So long as you have a sleep schedule that works for you, and that gives you a little bit of sunlight, that works. As far as there's sunlight right now. Because I don't know about over there, but over here, sun's not very present. Focus up. Yes, we'll do 07. Task is we get the server we get the scheduler. We run task timer of, we run the plugin, which is this. Uh-oh. No, 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 we don't do it. Don't give me the insert. Of the runnable task. Butterfly task to get instance. Oh, yeah, runnable, yeah. Butterfly task dot get instance. The delay and the period was really short. That was all that we gave this. We still need to, we still need to do the butterfly command thingy.
And then the actual class is very simple. It will throttle the consoles from running the command. It's going to get the player from the sender then, and then get the instance of the task. And if we already have a player, we'll simply delete him.
I have skipped ahead, didn't I? Yeah, this was where we were because we were doing the on disable. We still need to do that one. I'm gonna make this into a plugin. Okay, and then we have if the task not is no and task is cancelled, but then the negative of that, then we say task.cancel, and that's all there is there. Yes, okay, cool.
If the task was set, so the plugin started properly, right? If you had any errors right here, this will then not be set. And the task is not already cancelled, we can cancel the task, meaning it will only be run once. If you reload the server, it is not going to be run multiple times, thus lagging the hell out of your server, right? So this is a good safety feature right here. Good. So do that here. And then also we've added one more command right here with butterfly command executor. I covered command also in another video, so please make sure to watch commands videos. There's nothing special about this command. All we have to do is open up the command section in our plugin, register the command, very standard way again. And I already covered this in another.
Okay, but don't close it yet because I still need to cover it. Butterfly in the plugin. Yeah. Acrobat. Butterfly. Okay, no, we're gonna do this alphabetically. I know zombie is on top, but shush. We're gonna do it reverse alphabetically. We're gonna do it reverse alphabetic. Yeah, that also works. I just want order. Butterfly, which is description. Oh, you already put those. Toggle particle butterfly wings particle effect. Usage. Do this slash butterfly. We could make this fancy later on and like do color, add color, and then remission. Oh, right, example dot project dot command dot better. Why? Which we haven't given permission later on. Why did we not give that a permission?
With you. And then the actual class is very simple.
Wait, why do we not give that commission? Because that one only says Wackabat. Here it only says cow... the cow command. But this is not only up... is it? No, it's not. Shouldn't be.
Standard way. Again, I already covered this in another video. And then the actual class is very simple. It will throttle the consoles from running the command. It's going to get the player from the sender then, and then get the instance of the task. And if we already have a player, we'll simply delete him, and we're going to say you're no longer viewing Butterfly.
Okay, yeah, this is what we just saw. This is the on command. This is settings, Butterfly command. Right, yeah. Okay. Hi. Which implements command executor, which is the same as this over here. Should we not have... do we not want the tab? Oh, because there's no adding things. Okay, for now, let's do that. Implements command executor. Here we go. Nice. Which has the public boolean. Public boolean on command. So, if the sender is instance of player, but then we need to check if it's not. Then sender dot send message, only players can use command. Oh, that's everything for this, right? Oh, return first, yeah. Then what else do we have? We have player, okay. Why would I not do that up here? Player is sender dot get player. Oh, well, we don't need to do that. We can just do this, I see. And then butterfly task instance. Butterfly task instance is new. No, it is a get. It's a get. We already have a butterfly instance. Yeah, we already have that one running. Then once this one runs, if instance as player dot get unique get unique ID. Then we're gonna... Okay, so wait, how did this work again? If my I need to have that list. Do I already have the list? I don't think I do. Oh, I do, because it's in the other one. It's in... Yee. Okay, so if I already have it on my list, I'm gonna remove, right? So then it's instance of, yep. Dot remove player of player dot get unique ID. And now we send a message, player dot send message. You are no longer viewing butterfly wings. And if... Oh yeah, right, because it's... So that is if it already has. If it doesn't... Why are we not happy with that? No, I want you to write that. That closes it, and now we have an else. Hello? Oh, I have one too. Just because that one closes down, that one closes down. That's okay. Yeah, I want to view. Else we are doing instance dot add player of the player dot get unique ID, and we're sending a message player dot send message of you are now viewing. Yeah, perfect. Viewing butterfly wings. And then he returns true. I still don't know why we're returning true or false here. I don't know why it's a boolean at all. Like, I mean, because it's a command thing, but...
Effect, if I go here and I type butterfly, it'll say you're no longer viewing butterfly wings. Good. And if I type it again, obviously it means we don't have a player, we're going to add a...
I hate how you said the word butterfly as I pulled out butterfly. Nice.
Player, and we're going to then send
to be fair, I've been saying butterfly a lot.
That the effect has been enabled, and this will simply add the player unique ID to the viewing wings. And then right here, this is spinning at all times once the server has booted, so this will automatically pick up on the fact that there is a new player using this if condition, and then spawn him the settings. Now, when it comes to the actual animation, okay, so far we have the command,
yeah,
we have
so
the registration of the command, we have the registration of the command right here, and in the file we have the task right here. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, there should not be anything magic. The actual magic happens when it comes to creating these circles. So first things first, we're going to get the player's location. Then we're going to be moving the center point from which these particles will be created behind the player. That's why we're going to be turning this into a vector and then pushing where the player is looking behind. And I know that some of these explanations will be lacking because there's only so much time that I have right here. I'll send you to a class where we're going to be going very deep into this, but for now just stay with me. So essentially, let me just paint it right here. Essentially, this is the player, and then this is the sort of axis in 3D, right? And we have to get the direction where the player is looking like this, and then just minus 0.3 to push the center point behind the player, and you can see it right here. Yeah, it's not in the player, is behind the player. So that's one thing that we're doing.
Okay, wait.
And then
get direction. Whoa. Location dot add location, look at direction. Okay. Dot normalize dot, why multiply and then like this part makes sense.
We're going to be pushing it up to the player's chest, or actually down, sorry, so we're going to be pushing the center down to the player's chest, right, instead of it being on the player's head, I think, or player's feet. And then we're going to be setting the pitch to 0. That means that nothing will happen if I move my head up and down, right? This will control the pitch. You can press F3. You can see the pitch right here is 7.5, and if I move up 3,
Wait, okay, but now move it sideways.
To a, because there's only some, we're going to be going very deep into this, but for now just stay with me. So essentially, let me just paint it right here. Essentially, this is the player, and then this is the.
But I don't like how it moves along with your head, because then it moves through your head. Your wings are stuck on your back. Wait. I mean, if I crouch, this doesn't move along. Then again, you could do that easily with an if statement, like if crouched, you move the pitch yourself. Is there another way to get, like, the direction of the body instead of the head?
To 0, that means that nothing will happen if I move my head up and down, right? This will control the pitch. You can press F3. You can see the pitch right here is 7.5, and if I move up, it's gonna go up to -90. If I look down, it's gonna go to 90. So that's the pitch, and then the horizontal is yaw, right? So we're going to be resetting the pitch to 0, which is like that at all times. Oh, come on. Alright, whatever. Okay, -0. Doesn't matter. So this is the pitch, so that this effect will always stay like this. It's not going to skew itself weirdly. There's also two doubles, 2 parameters. One is called wing size, the other is called circle amount. And if you pay close attention, you'll actually see that there is 4 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think that the small one is actually a remain of one of the other ones, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's a simple mathematical formula, which I'm not going to go into completely, because that would take me about 3-4 hours just to explain how that works. But basically, we're drawing a circle 360 degrees with a step 2, and you can play around with this. You can set it to 20. You'll see that the particles are way more spaced out. And then we're basically just screwing the circle using mathematical expressions, namely cosinus and sinus are the main actors, and then we're just turning it into degrees. So essentially we're just screwing the circle like that, and like that, Okay, and this will then give the illusion that this is actually a wing, right? If you unscrew these things, you're going to be ending up with a very nice smooth circle, but we're screwing them like that, right? And so this is what's going on here. And then these two other methods rotate around axis X and Y. This will simply make sure that wherever I'm looking, it is properly rotated. Okay. So again, this is the explanation that I can give you for this video. If you want to
I don't like this. I don't like this. This is... What do we call that? Player location. Can I somehow find... player location. Get location. Entity.get location? Probably, right? Get location. Turtle. Rock. Entity get location. Get a new copy of location. What is a location? Location is world, double X, double Y, double Z. Float yaw, float pitch. No constraints are placed on any angular values other than they be specified in degrees. Negative angles or angles of greater magnitude than 360 are valid, but may be normalized to any other. What? Still don't like it. Do I ask Google? I can ask Google. Give me 1 second, chat. Let's see what Google says. Google. Google says. I'm gonna ask Google, and I'm gonna ask Minecraft to get player body direction. Any way to get players' body directions that are there. Head facing direction. Player can turn their head a bit without moving their body. Body rotation might be client side. Oh. Body direction is entirely client controlled. There is a bunch of... Okay, no, I don't like this. There's a bunch of code that you could implement, which, yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, worst, if you really need it, you could, get, like, where your player's coming from, I guess. Even though that also doesn't necessarily hold true. But, okay. Alright. Alright. We follow the head movement side to side. Fine. Fine. We do that. Okay. I need you to go back to... That does change stuff? Oh. Okay. What? There we go. So this one goes into the task itself. Hi. Hello, butterfly task. Here we go. We're gonna finally fill this one, are we? No, we're gonna fill the generate butterfly wing effect. That's the one we're filling. Is that the only one we need? I think it is. Yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, first things first, we want the location of the player, which is location is player dot get location. Then we're gonna put it behind. Okay, location dot add location dot get direction dot normalize. The multiply thing still doesn't fully make sense to me. That's okay. Like, why am I multiplying when he says we were gonna add it? Move behind there. Then we do location dot add. And this was moving it down or up, because it just, yeah. Which is 0.85. Wait, can we put that here, please? 0.85 and 0. So is that which is place at chest height, and then we want the pitch location dot set pitch to be 0 on the float. Double size. We made 0.35 and double circles amount, double circles amount equals 4. Okay, what is the math? For the double degree is 0. You found a fair matchup? Oh gosh. What's the matchup? Or do you not want to spoil it? Oh, let me check. Sure. So, when exactly do you want to do this? Whenever you're not sick, sounds good. Two years. Surely you're not sick like before. Oh well. Surely it passes before 2 years? Quicker than that? Oh gosh. Not the sprouts. You know. Oh, all good. A little bit of a break's good sometimes. Good luck surviving the sprouts, though. Okay, so double from degree 0 to... Oh, okay. So this is for the circle. Okay. We can do that. So for the circle all around. We're gonna translate it to radians, which makes sense. Yes. Double circle equals wing size plus wing size times math dot power e to the power the cosine of radians. Radians, circle. Is that a minus? Circle's amount times radius. Radians. Vector particle location equals a new particle with the x and the z coordinate. That makes sense. We take the sine of the radius and the... What? Rotate around x-axis. For the angle, rotate okay. Okay. That's pretty much all it gives us, right? That's all he explains. But I kind of want to understand. Yeah, so this one makes sense. As in, if you have the circle, then on each degree distance, it will put a particle. So now with this, we would have, if it was just a circle, we would have a circle that is made up out of 180 particles, just evenly spread out. Get the radians, yeah. Circle equals wing size times e to the power of the radians. And then the radius. Isn't this just... Don't I just want my... Wait, axis sign. Why is... Wait. Axis sign. Y. Z is cosine. And my Y is... Maybe I should start with just a plain circle. Just create a circle at the back of the player. Yeah, let's start with that. Okay. So for one circle for each I want... Then I would indeed just work with my sine and my cosine. Let's try that. Double x equals math dot sine of radians, but I don't have that yet. Oh, I don't have the for loop yet. Haha. Start without for. Double degree. I don't know why we work with a double here. Equals 0. Degree less than 360. Degree plus plus? Oh, plus is 2. Right, because it's like each 2. We're gonna make that an int. Oh, we're not gonna make that an int because radians is double. Fine, we're not making that into an int. Double radian is math dot 2 radians of degree. And then I want a double x equals math dot sine math dot sine of radian and double z is math dot cosine of radians. That's why is it that way around? Then we have vector particle location is new vector of x0 set. Rotate around axis X. Are you explaining anything else?
Using mathematical expressions, namely cosinus and sinus, are the main, like that. These things, wherever I'm looking, it is properly rotated. Okay, so again, this is the explanation that I can give you for this video. If you want to dive deeper, we actually have a class called NMS Advanced, where I actually spent 3 and 4 hours just explaining how to draw these circles, and the class looks like this one. If you have a minute, the link is below in the description. It's called NMS Advanced, the Particles and Animations, Advanced Simple Math. So we spent 2 hours right here, and then about 90 minutes right here, so about 4 hours to explain how that works, and you learn everything: how to draw these circles, how to draw spheres, cylinders, vectors, rotation, how to create a full minigame scene using whatever I've shown you here, and then exactly what I showed you today: butterfly effect, wings effect, spiral effect, render framework, even animations in menus and chests. Very, very cool. Right, so we have that for you guys. That's an option if you want to learn deeper, if you want to understand the math, and obviously create your own screwed circles and create your own custom and
okay, so that is pretty much all you're gonna give us. Okay, I don't want to do, I kind of want to keep it here for a moment. Here dot get that world dot spawn particle of particle dot redstone. It doesn't show us some of the other things. Player dot get world dot spawn particle. Okay, what options do I have? Particle dot that's a lot of particles. Poof. Instant effect. Falling dust. Is it dust? It might be dust. And then location dot clone dot add Oh. Particle. Particle. Particle location. Count. 0. Dust. I think this may have changed. Okay, so I think this might be it. Oh, dust is up there. Dust options. Okay, let's try it. Let's just try this first. Because what other options do I have? 0. It's not giving me anything. Okay, that's okay. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Yeah, you're not really giving me the full... That's what I thought. Copy link. Let's see if you give me everything in here then. Source code. Where are we at? Source main Java. And then it's... Oh gosh. Ah, okay, gotcha. And this is the butterfly task. Great. So what do we have? We have add player, remove player. We already had those, yeah. And then generate butterfly wings. We have rotate around axis X. Rotate around axis Y. And that's it. Well, let's just see what this does. Because I feel like we might be diving into things we don't necessarily have to dive into right now. Because this is interesting, but not needed. Methinks. Alright, chat. We ready? Are we ready to see? To see whether it works. I'm gonna put that... Yeah, I can just put that over here. Doesn't matter a whole lot, does it? Starting paper. Oh. Warning. You've not updated in a while. Oh, excuse you. I haven't really updated anything paper related, so... Or Minecraft coding related, so we should be fine. We should be fine. We're done. Okay, chat, here we go. Multiplayer. Plugin testing server. Okay, Haha. Okay. Let's see. Butterfly. Okay. It errored, but it quit. So... At least we have that. Generate an exception. Illegal argument exception missing. Dust options. I can add that. Butterfly task. So what do you want? Dust options. I don't have a particle. No, I want dust options, which you automatically do that for. Oh. Does this say anything about that? Yes, it does. Try final particle dust option dust. Okay, chat, we have a new thingy. Yep. Let me show you guys that. Over here. So over here. Try final particle dust option dust. Which is a new particle dust options with a color and a... Wait, what did it say it needed? That it needed something. It needs a color and a size. Okay, so I want final particle dust options dust is a new particle dust options with a color and a size. Okay, so then I'm gonna make double color and double, that's not a double size, and we're gonna make this, what was it, 0.6 f, yeah, 0.6 float. And what are you in? Oh, butterfly settings, particle. You are in a color. Haha, yeah, that makes sense. You are a color. Color. Which we're gonna make red? Question mark? I'll enter. Yes, please. Okay, you're not a double, you're a float. Of course you are. Okay. I do it like this because then we can easily change it later still. Okay, so let's rerun it and see if that works. I mean, you can do the try stuff. We should probably do that. Yeah, because we haven't done this yet. Okay, what else do we do? So we have our particle dust. Okay, and then we say particle. Okay, we make a particle, which I think we should do up here. Particle. Epic. I can type. Particle, particle. Spigot 1.20.5 changed names. Ah, that's why you couldn't find it. Player dot get world dot spawn particle of particle. Yeah. Location include add particle location 0 dust. Theoretically speaking, this should already work. But they tried this. So I'm just gonna... Yeah, we're not using this, but that's okay. We can check that later. We're done. Okay. Let's try that again. And then I need to show you guys. There we go. Okay. Well, we have a circle. Okay, so now we need to turn it 90 degrees over our... Okay. Okay, so part of this code is to turn it over our axis, which I'm guessing is the around axis X. The rotate around axis X. Let's add that and let's see what that does. This is after vector. Rotate around axis X, which we don't have, which is one of their thingies. I don't like that. Can we do that differently? Why do we have a circle that is around us? Because our Y is... So what if instead of making this my double... Why do I not do this instead? Why do I not... Okay, I'm gonna do this differently. I'm gonna do X, Y, Z. And then we do double X is... Zero. Let's see what that does. Right, we can't see what that does because we still have this thingy in there. Now we can see what that does. Now it's just a matter of playing around with math, I guess. Well, not just math, also see what options Minecraft has. Sorta. Oh, you guys couldn't see that. Wait, huh? Why could you not see that? Can you see this? Ah, it's because oh, okay. But if I do this, you're fine. Interesting. Okay. Okay, we're back. Oh, that was not what I meant to do. Really. Hey! Okay, we did turn it around. Okay, but now it's always... Hello? It's always towards positive X. Which I think makes sense. Right? Yeah, because we want this. Yeah, we want this to still be the way it's supposed to be. Okay. Okay, let's try it again. Because that is, I mean, we still want it at that Y level. Yeah, no, that makes sense. We don't want to change the starting point. Done. Okay. Hey! Chat. Look at that. Okay, it's starting at the right point. It's just not turning along. Now, why is it not turning along? That was... Okay, that one is set. Because we never set the yaw. So we want to location dot set yaw to be location dot get yaw. Okay, my yaw is not set. Which I think makes sense. Yeah, no, of course. Like, this only sets the direction of the particles. The particles itself. Like, the particles themselves are turning along with me. Which I don't think you see with redstone. But that's okay. How do we turn... That would mean changing the X and Z. Why is good now? No, no, it's not. Wait, yes it is. Yeah, because Y is good. We want to change the X and the Z. And that is dependent on the y. So do I just... That's not dependent on... That's dependent on the yaw. Do I grab the radians of the yaw and then add and subtract that? And then it is it still cosine for z and sine for x then? Because cosine is on... Oh, but I don't know how that... Okay, we can just try that out. We can just try that out. So you are... Math dot cosine of my yaw wait. Oh my gosh, this is asking me to dig up information I haven't used in the last decade. This is fun though. Okay, wait. Because it's dependent on my yaw where how much this is changed. But it's also dependent on the, and that is the radian. Just how much it is offset. Oh, because the middle is okay. So that is the, where do my cosines start here? Is that just where it always starts? Well, no, right? Because it depends. How do we... I think this is how it's... Yeah, because we placed it backwards. And it was always on that side, right? So it starts... Not that it matters a whole lot because it's supposed to be relative, but... So we start on the... I'm sorry, chat. This is gonna be very rambly. We're gonna start on what I think will be the right then. And then halfway through is 0, which means we are dealing with the cosine. So it's the cosine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because that's also what the z is, how the z is being changed. So it's the cosine of the radian that defines where we are. And then we need, like, are you like this? Is 90. So at a yaw of 90, there is no change. Yaw of 90, there is no change. Which would also mean 0. Which would also be cosine. But then over here, we have minus 180, which will be a cosine of minus 1. We can try that. We can try that. I want the cosine of this, and I'm gonna multiply that by the cosine of the radians. I don't think that works. Wait. Do I... Let's try that first. I'm gonna have to change both of them. Didn't mean to click that. But this should already make it... This should already move it a little bit. This should already elongate the circle if I turn. Or make it smaller actually if I turn. Okay, it's certainly doing something along those lines.
Okay, wait, what?
This is 90. We went a little bit into the right direction. For some reason, it also works for... Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, it only works for the yaw. Okay, that's something. Wait. Why? Oh, I never changed my yaw. I never changed my yaw into... Oh, this is still degrees. Yeah. Okay. 2 radians. of location.get yaw. Yeah, that might help. Man, can I stop clicking that button, please? I may have messed up my map. It was just opening and closing instead of turning along with me. I mean, it's not supposed to turn along yet, because I don't have my X set yet, but it should seem like at least one side is turning along. Yeah. Yeah, although I do think this is in the wrong direction. Because now it should be small. And now it should be big. There. It's a whole lot better. Okay, so that means that I did I grab the wrong one? Did I grab the cosine when I should have grabbed the sine? Could be. We can try that out. I don't think that's it though. I think I just need to add a minus. No, wait, because that's just gonna invert it. We'll see. Okay, we're done again. Hey! Okay, on that axis we're good. We now just need to do the same on the x-axis. Can I do the exact same there? But then invert my sine and my cosine? So I make this my cosine and this my sine? Okay, this is wacky. I like it. It's not what we're looking for. It does stay a circle though. Okay, that is pretty cool if you ask me. Okay, so because my sine is for by y, and we don't want to change the y. So my cosine is for my x and z axis. See, there is some sort of math intuition still stuck in my head. Just doesn't work perfectly, but intuition helps a lot. Preparing road area done. Okay, let's try it again. Chat! Look at that! Now we have a circle. Circle is like following along. Okay, nice. Circle is kind of big though. I can also multiply a vector, right? Do we have that in our example code for like the size? Do we have that in our example code? Vector set x set y. Oh, that's rotate. No, I don't want to rotate. No, we just do that for our... Okay, yeah, that works. And then we do this times radius. And our radius right now is... Oh, we don't have that yet. Double radius is... Let's make that 0.7. F, which doesn't... Which makes it not a... Which makes it a float. And that needs to be capital F. Oh, darn it. Do you allow me to do this? Seems like you allow me to do that. We never worked with floats, we always work with doubles. Let's see if that errors. Okay, it doesn't error. Yet. Okay, and we want it to also be there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at that. Now it doesn't fully fall into the ground. And if I do it again, it stops. Epic! Okay. That's pretty cool. We just did that. Ha! And now if you were to want to make that into butterfly wings, I think you would... I think I would just add like a formula of like a y is ax, one is minus ax. And I think... Because you kind of want them to just be diagonal. So it would be y is x. So then, the further I get out, which is my cosine of my degrees, the higher it gets placed. So I would do y is times the comma dot cosine of my radians. Yeah, because the further from the middle I get, is it times or plus? Because I just want it to be higher. I can't just add, can I? It would be myself add. Can I add? Oh no. Oh no. What am I doing? think I want to add. Because, yeah, no, I think I want to multiply that. Because where it's 0, I want it to be 0. Or where it's 1. Okay, now we're gonna get really weird shapes. We still need them to be up. So do I do... Okay, wait, let's first try this out. Let's see if we can get the right shapes. Because I think I do still need to add it. But then I want to add the cosine of the radians times how high up I want it. I think. Yeah. Yeah, that is the right shape. That was the shape I was thinking of. But they're not quite elongated enough, are they? I can do... Oh, what can I do? I can do times the cosine, which so we do now, and times the sine, and then the outer edge is also 0. Let me try that. I'm really making it into something really ugly now, though. And then I want it to be the height of the radius? Question mark? I think. No, that's not it. That is confusing. Did I... Oh no, I did the cost twice. I need the sign there. Wait, I can get rid of this one for now, right? Because you guys are not watching that one anyway. Yeah, there you go. It's easier, and then we can just... Oh, huh. Yeah, that makes sense. Smarty pants me. Well, it doesn't matter a whole lot. Let's just try to do this plus. I don't know, we'll figure out how to do that later on. Well, wait. Because that is... I want to work with... I do want to work with this sign. Right, because I want it to be... want to do the cosine times the sine to get the... But then how do I... Ah, of course. Okay, let's disregard that for now. Times the radius times... Well, plus the radius times... We want the radius to be the biggest, so that is 1 at the edges, which is 1 at the sine. No, 1 at the... Wait. Cosine level. Math dot cosine radius. Yeah, because cosine x 1 sine 0. Yeah. Right, the absolute value, math dot absolute value of... Oh wait, what did I do? Math dot absolute value of this section. We'll get there. Slowly but steadily, we'll get there. Now it should put both up. Chad, look at that! Okay. And then the lower one. We would want that to be slightly thicker. Yeah, so this is one. Oh, I love it. This is for the upper wings. And then this is for the lower wings. The color stays the same, the size stays the same. Panel particle does too. You also go away. So this will be on location too. Yeah, we could make this prettier, but I kind of don't want to. Not right now. So this radius will be smaller. And then I would do minus y. Because we want it to be downwards. Let's see what this one looks like already. Because I know we will want to do the y somewhat flatter. I could already do that. I could say 0.7 times this and then see what it looks like. And then in a bit we're gonna make this color dot blue. Haha. But that's all for next. For the next restart we do. Okay. Okay. This needs to be less. What happens? Okay, I'm just gonna overshoot it and see if that does change what I hope it changes, because right now I couldn't quite see it, but that's also because we're going into the ground. So now they should be really short. Blue. Okay, so it's not changing what I hope it changed. Of course not. X2 minus Y2 Z2. Don't. Welcome to me figuring out code, chat. This is how it always works for me. I miss so many of the details, but then it doesn't do what I think it does, and then we start looking at why, and then usually it always makes, well, usually it just makes sense. Ooh. Oh, I don't necessarily like that. It just makes it flatter. Well, if anything, I want them to be thicker. Just... So which value is that? If it's not my... Yeah, I figured it would be Y, because we want it to be more up. Right? Okay. So I don't want this. If anything, I want it bigger. This I want smaller. Let's try 0.7. And same goes for this. Because that is the same value, just on a different axis. Not it. Okay, so this does change how we thought it would change. Good. Well, I don't want to... Can we make that 0.7 as well, then? And hopefully it also overshoots less. Wait, let me first leave. So hopefully I'll stand in the right direction. Still not it? I mean, it's the Y level that's too much. So you would say by changing this one to less, it works. Did I do this before I changed which Y it was supposed to take or something? Maybe I did. No, this just makes the difference in why. Okay. Oh, because I'm adding the full radius. I am adding the full radius, that's why. So instead of adding the full radius, I am gonna do a radius of 0.7 here. Wait, no, that is the... I don't need it though. Oh, I made this another radius. Yeah, why do I do this? It has a different radius. I just need to change it to radius 2. Radius 2. Smarty pants me again. Okay, that's good. Oh, we need that one. This will probably be one of the last tries that we do. Probably. Look at that! There we go. Yeah, they intersect a little bit, but that's okay. I don't mind that too much. Yeah. Cat! Okay, and I'm gonna be honest, right? I think these are very, very pretty. I would like them to be a little bit more chunky towards the bottom. Well, actually towards both sides. How do we do that? I would like that to be. Because we do still want it to be 0 in the middle and 0 on the outsides. So if we change anything, it needs to be at the start part. Well, I mean, everything is... Haha, there's only one term here. Ma. I like it. I do want the particles to be smaller. How do I make them smaller? Here. Because I think now we'll be able to see it better. And then I think, chat, that might be the last one. And then we did it. Let's see, right? Yeah, look at that. Butterfly wings. They intersect less than I thought they would. Nice. And chat, all of that's math. Lots of math. What we could do, what I kind of wanted to try is, I feel like you could move it. You could tilt it as you crouch. But that would require you to figure out like the crouching direction and all that. So maybe not now. Maybe another time. But for now... yeah, butterfly wings! Yay! Alright. Onto this one. Chat! Okay, that was fun. That was a lot of fun, if you ask me. I'm gonna go, well, not too quickly, but sort of quickly now, though. Man, I'm tired. Alright. Yeah, that was fun. I don't know immediately, like, what I would use that for, but it's still fun. And it was math. It was puzzling math. Chat. Next stream is a gaming stream on Friday. Where we'll be playing MCHL. That's gonna be lots of fun. for now, I wish you all a very happy rest of your day. And I am gonna send you guys over to... Yeah, let's go to J-Man. J-Man's streaming. Nice. Bed Wars, of course. I don't know yet what we'll be doing next week for plugin learning stuff, but it's gonna be cool. Maybe we can... I wanted to say maybe we can look up for the permissions and such, but nah. Alright, let's send you guys off. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned some stuff. And then I will see you all another time. Bye! 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 Faye also says bye.